This is Dover Castle, the key to England, or as Henry II might have called it, the only thing standing between me and my horrible children. It owes a lot to Henry II, who in the 1180s decided the place needed an upgrade. His reasons were mostly defensive, partly architectural, but mostly egotistical. He spent a lot of time building it, but being of a restless nature, as soon as he finished it, he went off to France to beat up the French. This was also the man who appointed his best friend Thomas Becket, Archbishop of Canterbury, who then had him inconveniently murdered after a disagreement about who was in charge. Becket lost the debate quite conclusively. Modern historians have lovingly recreated Henry's royal chambers, complete with tapestries, bright walls, and a bed so vast it could host an entire royal argument. And Henry was rarely without one. If the king wasn't quarrelling with his barons, he was quarrelling with his sons, or on a slow day, the Pope. The castle was a hive of royal chaos, servants running up and down with trenchers, clerks smudging ink, guards trying not to yawn during audiences. Henry's court moved faster than an email chain before a bank holiday. He called Dover his front door, though his hospitality was somewhat conditional. Guests were welcome but expected to pay for their own crusade. Henry II's children were less a royal family and more a travelling circus of treachery. He had 5 sons and 3 daughters, and not one of them could be trusted to pass a biscuit without staging a coup. Richard the Lionheart preferred crusading to visiting his father. Geoffrey, I'm sure you've heard of Geoffrey, well, he plotted like a medieval IT consultant, and John, and you've definitely heard of John, spent his youth practising betrayal as if it were a sport. And of course fighting Robin Hood. Or so I'm told. At one point, all 3 surviving sons rebelled against Henry simultaneously, which must have been something that made family dinners an absolute delight. If you think your children argue over a Wi-Fi password, well, spare a thought for Henry, who spent his twilight years shouting across battlefields at his offspring while muttering, "This is why I built walls." Today, Dover Castle still stands proud, part fortress, part palace, part monument to one man's inability to relax. If you visit, you can walk through Henry's chambers, admire the medieval craftsmanship, and perhaps reflect on how history repeats itself, because 8 centuries later, Britain still squabbles about Europe. So raise your glass to Henry II, builder of castles, breakers of tempers, and the man who made Dover the most expensive do not disturb sign in English history. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. And, well, I'll have another little video for you sooner or later.